Hello, this is Daniel Hindi, and today we're going to talk about how to raise your human capital. Behind every strong business is a strong workforce, the people who run your business. If you've hired, and worse yet, maintained a B or even C level team, know that your business is operating at a deficit. It's a constant debt that you're accruing that you have to pay off by either overpaying, overhiring, or your business will just suffer and slowly die until you fix your human capital. When I first started running departments and businesses, this was constantly my biggest problem, getting the right people to help me push this business forward. I had an apathetic team who was more task-oriented than they were metric-driven. They were trying to just finish off tasks and get a paycheck. They weren't actually thinking, is my effort effective on the business? Am I helping push the business in the right direction? I had to rethink, relearn, and retool my hiring, firing, and coaching process. And when I did, an enormous difference occurred in my departments and in my businesses. When I did that, I felt my attitude towards my team changed. My team's attitude towards their own work, the effectiveness of my team. They were now solution oriented and not just bringing me problems. It was a tipping point in my career and in my businesses. We were much more effective when I finally got the right people in the right positions. Like I said in my previous episode, everything is broken down to people, process, and product or outcome. Now, even your human capital is broken up into those three components. You have people in charge of hiring, firing, and coaching. You have a process to hire, fire, and coach. And if you do that correctly, you should have a good outcome, which is an A team. So let's talk about the people behind raising your company's human capital. Whether that's you, a manager, or a recruiter. Are they sourcing the right candidates? Are they filtering them out effectively so that you're not wasting your time with the wrong candidates? Have you defined your roles and responsibility for those positions? Are you interviewing correctly? Are you capable of conducting a technical interview? So do you have the right people sourcing and interviewing those candidates? And then again, do you have the right people coaching after you've onboarded your new candidate? Are they coaching them to be the best that they could be? And then if the candidate is not working out, if there's a resource that's not working out, do you have the right people to make sure that you can exit out the fat in your team? The process. Have you put a standard operating procedure for hiring? Are you consistent? Are you following the same steps with every single candidate so that you can score them correctly and not just have a gut feeling so that you can find the best candidate for the open position? Coaching those candidates when they first come on board. Are you training them well so you're setting them up for success? Have you defined their roles and responsibility very clearly so that they could self-assess? Have you tied their role to a business metric and not a list of tasks so that they can understand, is my efforts effective? Am I helping push the business in the right direction? Have you given them autonomy to own a task so that they can be responsible for it and learn with the mistakes that they make so that they get better and more effective at their role? Do you acknowledge them? When they do a good job, do you give them a pat on the back? Do you send out an email to their peers or company-wide? A thank you goes a long way, and when you acknowledge that person's work amongst their peers and across departments, sometimes that may be buried or masked just because people don't know the intricacies and who's responsible for that particular initiative. But when you give them acknowledgement company-wide or at least department-wide, their peers can also acknowledge their good work. Are you talking to them about their career path and their growth? If you don't, they may up and leave you one day and you're left scratching your head saying, they were great, I like them, they liked me, but what's going on because you never established a path for them to grow within your organization. You just assumed that that dialogue would naturally occur, when sometimes they feel intimidated to ask you for a promotion, or what is it going to take for me to take your job? So it's up to you to communicate with your employees periodically and consistently to talk to them about their goals and how they can achieve it. It doesn't mean you just give it to them because they ask, but you at least need to lay down the groundwork, the path that they need to walk to be able to achieve those goals. Are you spending time with your superstars and teaching them how to coach? I may be a great individual contributor. It doesn't mean I can coach well. You need to coach them on how to coach so that they can magnify their efforts because they're producing other people just like them. Firing. Do you have a process on firing? I have many videos talking about firing. I even have one called How to Fire and Get a Thank You. And yes, that's happened to me. I have fired people and gotten a thank you. The summary of it is, if you are coaching correctly, if you are being clear with what the requirements are, and you are supportive to your team, and when a team member is just not making the cut, you put them on a performance plan to be clear. I'm going to do everything in my power to help you, support you, coach you, whatever you need to make sure you succeed. But if we don't, then we know this is not the right position for you. I didn't fire you, you lost the position. No, if you ever fire somebody and it's a shock to them, you didn't do a good job in communicating. You didn't do your job as a manager to be clear with them. What does success look like and what is the ramifications of missing that? The product, the outcome. Now, if you've put the right people in place to raise your human capital and you're methodical about the process to hire, fire, and coach, you should produce an A-level team, a team that you're proud of, and the next generation of coaches so that they can magnify the new hires coming. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the processes within your business. Are they well defined? Are they optimized? Are you achieving your business goals? So until then, I hope this video gave you clear and logical steps on how to raise your human capital.